Hello, everyone. My name is Eunice Olatunji. I'm a mediator, a mediation advocate, and a peace educator. And this content is brought to you in collaboration with HWPL. That's Heavenly Culture, World Peace, and Restoration of Light organization. You're welcome to my channel once again. In today's episode, I'll be talking about a topic that affects everyone, irrespective of where you're watching me from. How orderliness in our daily lives can affect the peace and harmony in our world. Before I continue, what exactly is order? Orderliness can be defined as the arrangement or disposition of people or things in relation to each other according to particular sequence, pattern, or method. Take, for instance, that the star decides to come out during the day. Would you be able to identify it? I don't think it will really shine because that is not the order of things. Before we dive in, imagine that you're going somewhere and no one is obeying the traffic rules. No one is listening to each other. Everybody wants to move at the same time. How peaceful would that be? Why do people even rush out? Why do people try to break the law to just want to jump ahead of everybody when they're in traffic? So this topic affects everyone. Let me illustrate this by telling you a story of a farmer. This man wanted an apple orchard and he wanted it within a month. What did he do? He applied so much pesticide, so much nutrients, and so much water in the field with the hope that, okay, pests could stop the growing of plants. So if I want this thing to come out quickly, let me apply so much. Let me give it so much nutrients so that I can have big apples, so that I can just perform magic. In 1 month, everything will be out. But guess what? After 1 month, the farmer went back to the farm and all the trees were dead. Why? It's not because pesticide is not needed in the farm. It's needed. Nutrients is needed. Water is needed. But too much of it destroy the plants. There is a natural principle that has no respect for everyone. You have to obey it, irrespective of your color, irrespective of where you reside. And when we fail to comply with this order of things, what we have is a dead end. Yes, everything may have come up. I imagine maybe things just sprout out like, yeah, I've had it. And before you know it, everything just withered because they were too much of everything. Too much of everything is bad. Just like the farmer, many of us like shortcuts. When we're supposed to do things, we don't do it. And at the last minute, we just want to perform magic. If not so, this man would have maybe read or consult on what is the gestation period of apple? How much nutrient am I supposed to add? And perhaps you have a good result. Just as elderliness applies to nature, it also applies to our daily lives. So how can you apply this in your daily life? Start by planning your day well. If you plan your day well, have it to do. What do I want to do? What time do I want to wake up? How long will it take you to get to that your meeting? If you set out to go to your meeting on time, you will not have to be pressing your honk, disturbing the other road users. And you'll be able to stay in line and everyone will be able to go. I remember the first time I was driving on Third Milan Bridge in Lagos, Nigeria. And we were going on a lane. Before you knew it, everyone just scattered. We had about 6 lanes. And you're wondering, where am I on this? Because everybody just wants to get home. Everybody just wants to, I don't know where they're going anyways. Everybody just wants to be in front. But if we plan our day very well, that this is the time I'm supposed to get to the meeting I'm going to, then we'll be able to help other road users by not breaking the traffic rules, by using the road effectively and not in a way that we annoy other people. In a bigger picture, let's look at the way we communicate with each other at home. Communication affects the way we resolve conflicts. Whether there will be conflicts or there won't be conflict, it all boils down to orderliness, the communication. When you are tensed, when you are pressed for time, there is a tendency for you to transfer aggression on people. And when you do this, you may not be able to bring out the best in you. You communicate to people in a way that may not be really, really pleasant to them. Take, for instance, in our family, there is orderliness, there is order of things. If you look at the major religion, they identify that the father is the head of the family. I know this opinion may not be the general or the popular opinion, but if you look at the scriptures, if you look at the history, there is orderliness in the family. The father is the head of the family, followed by the mother, then the children. And the father, being the head of the family, does not mean that you should lord things over your family. It does not mean that you should treat your wife or your children like slaves. And wife in the like manner, you have to be submissive. Children have to honor their parents. Imagine if we adhere to this order in the family, there will be peace. And all this breaking down of marriages that we're having now, perhaps it will reduce. It all starts from all of us individually. How do we communicate with each other? How do we treat each other? How do we plan our life? When we plan our day well, we're able to communicate effectively with each other. In our home, as a father, you communicate with your wife politely. As a wife, you submit to your husband. And as a child, you honor your parents. That is the order of things originally. Yes, I understand that, oh, there's new generation of things, but no matter how civilized we think we are, it should not upturn the order of things so that we can maintain peace and orderliness in our world. Yes, we may say that, okay, there is women emancipation, we are all equal and all of that. That should be outside, not in the home. So when we are in a family, when you have decided to have a family, we should know that we should abide by the order of things. And then family is the smallest unit that extends to the society. We mold as a parent, we are model to our children. So what kind of children are we raising? What are they seeing? These same children will go out to the society to become rulers. And that takes me to the society, to the orderliness in society. As a leader, you are meant to serve your followers, not to oppress them. You are meant to listen to your followers. What do they want? What is their need? What will benefit the whole community, the whole society, not by imposing yourself on them. In many countries now, we have democratic system of government. People try to choose their leaders, but we still see some leaders trying to manipulate people into voting for them, or even some imposing themselves on the subject. And when you get into power, what do? You try to recoup all the money you spent during election instead of doing the community service. And as a subject or citizen, it's not just about your rights. What about your duty? When we perform our duty, that is the order of thing. We have to obey authority. If you do not agree with what the authority is doing, there is judicial system where you can ventilate your grievances. And thankfully, there are different dispute resolution mechanisms these days, which includes mediation. I believe mediation can resolve so many disputes that we have in these days. Sitting down, talking together, and then we'll be able to come to a common ground. It still goes back to communication, communicating with each other, communicating with one another to let us know what the challenges and face the issue and address the issue. Thank you so much for coming around today. In the comment section, I would like to know, how do you think application of orderliness in your own life, in our personal life, can actually extend? Or do you agree with me that when our life is in order, it will extend into society and we can have a peaceful world? Let me know what you think about that. Please know that change begins with you. Orderliness should start with you. As a man, put your life in order before you invite another woman to join your vehicle. And as a woman, when you are decided to get married, you should obey the order of family, the familiar order, by submitting to your husband. Submission. And when you decide to bring forth children, teach your children to honor elderly people. When they learn respect from their home, it will extend to the society. Yes, I understand that the generation we have now is the work generation, the generation of Sorosoke. But if we train our children well from home,
they will learn to communicate their grievances without being rude or arrogant.
I hope you've learned something today. If you like this video, kindly share it. And then you can click on the notification button so that each time I post a new video, you can get notified. Thank you, and I hope to see you some other time. Bye.